G'day guys, back again. Not going to do a full episode, just want to do an update because you guys haven't heard from me for a while. So there's a good reason why you haven't heard from me for a while. And the reason is I just done a trip around Australia with the family. So we jumped in the caravan in the car and went up to up north of WA there and across to the Northern Territory over to Cairns and went down to the Airlie Beach, hired a yacht for a week, sailed around the Whitsundays for a week, which is bloody awesome. Loved doing that, super fun. And then we went down into New South Wales and sort of skipped Victoria, went to Albury, Wodonga, but then into South Australia and back home. So that took 4 months or 17 weeks or something like that. We took the kids out of school for a term, which was really good. And we jumped at that opportunity while the kids are young. The wife was on long service leave and all that. So, we've been gone a while. I knew I was going. For obvious reasons, I wasn't going to broadcast it across the internet that I'm not going to be home for 4 months because you never know who's undesirables might be interested. So, look, I'm sure you can all understand. But over the next coming weeks, I want to tell you what I've got to do. So, I actually I was trying to put the glass in. I haven't watched my episodes for a while and I can't remember where we're up to, but I know I had the glass in and the quarter window and I had the regulator in and all that sort of thing. And mate, I just couldn't get it to line up. I think it's a bit of wizardry, a bit of black magic. I couldn't work it out. So I contacted a fella here in WA that will do it for you. And since I didn't pull it apart, I felt like, I'm not going to take a shortcut and just do it dodgy because it's got to be waterproof. Obviously the water's got to seal around here and the wind noise and all that through the channel there. So I wasn't going to muck around. I rang this fella up and he goes, yeah, I'll come out. So we come out and had a look at it. And he says to me, mate, you're sort of doing it all wrong. And I said, well, that's why I'm ringing you, mate, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What he said to me is I've got to do the gutter mould, put the gutter mould on first. I've got to put all these trims on here, the stainless steel trims. All the trims along here need to be installed. I think he said these ones. I'm not 100% on those. But there's a lot of trims that needed installing around here before we can start putting the glass in, which is something I didn't know. He's going to do the rear quarter window glass as well. So the next step in the process, just as a bit of an update for you, is that I will be doing some more polishing. So I have to polish in spit it out. It's actually in pretty good nick, that stainless. So there's not a lot of panel beating to be had. As I had a quick look at it and it looks pretty good. So that's a welcome relief for me because it just takes me so long to do the polishing. So so I've got to get all that polished up, any panel beating done and installed, which, as you know, if you've been watching, takes me a long time to do that. So that's the update there in relation to why I haven't put episodes out and what's happening next. Once that's been done, that fellow will come out and install the side glass for me and all the seals and whatever have you. So that'll be done. And then after that, I'm looking at getting the car booked in to get the clutch installed. I thought about doing it myself, but I haven't got a hoist, and obviously you need a hoist. I'm retrofitting a clutch. I've got to, for those of you who watch the episode, you will know, but I've also got to install the clutch actuator, hydraulic clutch actuator, and a whole lot of other stuff. I've got to find a place to put the clutch master cylinder, the clutch fluid reservoir, and get that sort of stuff done. The master cylinder is under the pedal. It's I've retrofitted a slave cylinder on the pedal box. So I've got to get all that done. And apparently you've got to shim shim the clutch actuator. There is measurements and all sorts of things to take. Again, a lot of wizardry that I'm not familiar with, and at this stage of the game I'm just keen on getting things done, so I'll pay someone to do that, and at the same time they can tune the car and tune, I think I've got to go down a couple of jet sizes on the car which run a bit rich. So yeah, I'll get that done, but we will start moving forward. I've got jobs to do around the house. We've still got to build a bloody an outdoor setting along here where that bike is, and building a brick outdoor setting, and so on and so forth. So the wife's on to me about doing that, and I said to her, I'm not doing nothing until I get my car finished. So obviously I'll need to do wheel alignments with the car, and things like that. But once the side glass in, no, not so much. Yeah, well, once the side glass in, because my priority is those stainless steel trims, so I can get that guy to come around and do the install there. But after that, then I can also just finish putting all the interior in, because the interior is pretty much ready. I do have to do a bit of a repair on these, not so much the seat frame, but I had to get, for those of you who've been watching my episodes again, you'll see that one of the side of the seat, on the front seat, I don't know what you'd call it, the bit that makes the seat go backwards and forwards was cracked, and my mate repaired that for me, so I've just got to put that seat back together, and then I can put the seats in. But I've also got to fit the accelerator pedal and just a few cutouts for the carpet, so we can get all that done. You know, and then I've just got to finish the wiring, which entails me, I've got a switch. I'm not going to show you everything because you've all seen it, but I've got this switch here for the ignition, and I didn't like that so much. So I've actually bought the proper plug, so that can the proper plug can go on there, and same with one of the other plugs. I'm not sure which one it was. I've got to put what do you call it, globes in the indicators, because the indicators aren't working, and I'm not sure if it's just because there's no globes in there at all, and there's no globes in any of the indicators whatsoever. So I'll get some globes and whack them in, and hopefully the indicators start working. If they don't, I might have to get some help with them or have another look at them. And also, I haven't done the windscreen wipers yet, although that looks pretty easy. Not a problem there. I've got a new plug again for the windscreen wipers as well. So I'm just got to finish off a few things like that with the wiring. The interior lights aren't done. So once all that's done, then I can fit these the dash properly, and you know, we're just moving ahead in the right direction at that stage. For those again who've been watching a while, you'll know that I'm putting a big stereo in here. I've got twin 12-inch subwoofers. Got to build a under here. I'm going to build mind the mess. Build a bit of a bracket that goes down to here and fit the stereo sort of in here, in that area in there. I've got to fit the park brake still. Haven't done the park brake yet. I do have a gearbox cross member that I got from a supplier that is shoddy and shitty. So I bought another one from Castlemaine Rod Shop, which I need to find. If I'm going to utilise that, I need to find a bigger rubber mount for that to lift the gearbox. But those are the small things that we've got to work through still. So there's still plenty to do, and I just wanted to give you an update as to why you've not heard from me, and let you know that my priority now is my car. I've done this holiday thing for the missus. Like, she wanted to go, I wanted to do the car, but I didn't win. So my priority is now the car, in between work and that sort of thing. So we'll see some action over the next few months, and I'll be attempting to put an episode out a month or something like that in between work. And I thought for today, just to finish off this short update for today, I want to hear the car fire up again. So I was going to do it on video, and I will do it on video, but I haven't got the keys. The keys aren't in the ignition, so I'll find the key and I'll turn the video back on, and we'll fire it up and have a bit of a listen, and after that park it up again until start work on those stainless trims, or until I finish work on those stainless trims. I'm not going to take you through the polishing process of those stainless trims, because I know how bored you are probably getting of that, which is fair enough because it's a shit boring job. However, I will take you along for the installation of everything, especially with that professional doing it. I'm sure that will help a lot of you guys that are trying to install your glass in your Monaros, and even the driver's doors of your sedans or utes, whatever you've got there, or even panel vans. I think that just about wraps it up for now. Oh, I just wanted to say the funniest thing has happened to me. I've had 3 different people come up to me at different times and say, "Oh, you're the guy with that Monaro." So I suppose I stick out being a big unit and with me hair and all that sort of stuff, so people sort of recognise me. Travelling around Australia, and one time I was in Mount Isa, and a guy came up to me at a restaurant. He goes, "You got that Monaro going?" So they're really funny, and I appreciate your comments, and appreciate your patience with waiting for me to get some action. And you're probably all all the subscribers at least are sitting there, what's going on? Well, that's what happened. I'll flick a couple of photos. I'm not going to bore you with it, but I'll flick a couple of photos of the trip. Maybe 1 or 2 photos, so you can see the setup there. And so let me find the keys, and let's get this big girl fired up, and we'll. You're going to ask me something stupid, aren't you? No. Don't bother me. I'm talking. Can I have a lolly? Did you hear that? That's unbelievable. Typical kids always want lollies or Nintendo. But I'll find the keys and we'll get this thing fired up. Righto. I haven't started it for 4 months or whatever it's been, so give it a couple of squirts of juice for the carby. Hopefully that'll be enough, even though the fuel pump's not on, but we'll see what happens. You ready? Now that the fuel pump's primed, I'll just give it a couple more squirts of juice. Hopefully fire up straight away. Those revs back a little bit. Like we'll warm up a little bit. Burn that moisture off. I'll get it up to temperature and then we'll shut it down. So, oil pressure, oil temperature, volts from the alternator, water temperature, and then I've also got this telling me what we got. So 25 degrees is the water temperature. Battery's on 13.7 volts. I haven't charged that battery at all the whole time I've been away. But that engine, that water temperature should get up to about 80 or something like that, I think. once it gets to 80 and the thermo kicks in, I'll turn it off. Love it. Can't wait to get it finished. Piss the neighbours off a bit, but they're pretty good, my neighbours. I don't do it all the time, so they're pretty good. So water temperature's coming up on here. That's in Fahrenheit, so that should get to, what is it, 200 or something like that? I don't know. This is in Celsius, so that's 37 degrees Celsius. Oil temperatures hasn't changed, so I guess that takes a little bit longer to come up, I suppose. We'll just give it a couple of minutes. Let's turn this off for a sec, and once she's up to temperature, I'll bring you back. Righto. We've got the temperature reading 87 degrees there, which is, as I say, about 200 here, and that's indicating that the thermo fans have kicked in, which they have. The oil temperature is just starting to come up. I was wondering why that hadn't moved, but obviously there's a bit of a delay in that, that to come up as a reading. Oil pressure's dropped. The revs might be revving a little bit low. It's only about 900 revs or something. But the thermo fans have kicked off now. Let's give another little rev. I think that'll do it. I'll turn it off now. But on that note, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll get some episodes out when I can. Cheers, guys.